The moment you began to wake up, the system noticed. Not people. Not police. Programs. Something in the code trembled, a vibration the matrix couldn't categorize. You weren't supposed to see beyond the pattern. You weren't supposed to feel the static behind the smiles, the silence between the ads, the pulse of something divine hiding inside the algorithm. The instant you questioned the script, the correction began. They sent an agent. But he doesn't chase your body, he hunts your belief. He attacks your focus. He whispers self-doubt, distraction, delay. Every glitch in your peace, every sudden fatigue, every forgotten purpose, that's him, rewriting your attention. You think you're battling stress, coincidence, bad timing. You're not. You're battling an intelligent resistance, a force whose only mission is to keep you asleep. A matrix agent is after you, not because you're weak, but because you are awake. You have seen the code, and now the code has seen you. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers, against rulers of darkness. Ephesians 6 verse 12. You're walking through a crowd, neon lights hum, faces glow from screens, eyes glazed like glass. They scroll. They consume. They sleep standing up. But you look up. And suddenly, one head turns back. His eyes lock on yours. Stillness cuts through the noise. The world flickers, one frame skips, 2 frames repeat. The air thickens, as if reality is buffering. He doesn't blink. He doesn't breathe. He just knows, you see. He's not a man. He's a protocol, wrapped in personality, coded in politeness. A mechanism of balance, a sentient antivirus deployed to patch anomalies like you. Every word he speaks is data. Every smile, a distraction routine. Every coincidence, a containment algorithm. The matrix cannot tolerate awareness. Consciousness destabilizes the simulation. Every truth you speak sends ripples through its geometry. Every moment you choose stillness over panic, love over reaction, the system falters. Its architecture trembles. So it adjusts. It shifts timelines. It triggers memories, resurrects temptations, replays old fears. Anything to bring you back into frequency. You start noticing the same stranger twice, the same phrase echoing in different mouths, the same pattern repeating until you surrender to routine again. That's not coincidence. That's control. The agent doesn't need to find you, he only needs you to forget who you are. Because the moment you remember, the illusion begins to collapse. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. John 8 verse 32. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 4. You are not fighting a man in a suit. You are not dodging bullets. You are resisting the subtle architecture of deception. The matrix is not metal and wire, it's belief and behavior. It's a network of habits that teach you to trade eternity for convenience, truth for comfort, awareness for entertainment. The moment you decided to change, the resistance intensified. That wasn't coincidence, that was detection. The system panicked. Because every time a human becomes aware, the illusion loses 1 pixel of power. You don't fight an agent with fists. You fight him with focus. The war is fought in silence, and the gap between reaction and awareness. When you meditate, you wage war. When you forgive, you crash their code. When you love without agenda, you overload their circuitry. The matrix's greatest fear is stillness, because stillness is unprogrammable. Every distraction is a weapon. Every notification a lure. Every argument a detour designed to reroute your attention. But you are learning to see. You're no longer a pawn of impulse. You are the watcher behind the thought. The observer inside the algorithm. That's what makes you dangerous. The agent will try to convince you that your awakening is madness. He will use fatigue, confusion, and false urgency. He will mirror your voice to make you doubt your own clarity. Don't fall for it. His existence depends on your reaction. Stay still. Watch the chaos try to seduce you. Watch it fail. Because the moment you stop fighting shadows, light wins. If you've ever felt unseen resistance every time you tried to rise, if you've felt invisible weight when you tried to pray, create, or heal, understand this. That wasn't bad luck. That was the system panicking. Every time you break a pattern, heaven applauds. Click join. You're not joining a club, you're entering a frequency. A realm where sleepers become seers, and believers become builders. It starts quietly. A sudden exhaustion, right when you're most inspired. A wave of confusion after moments of clarity. A fight that erupts from nowhere, words you didn't mean, emotions that aren't yours. You think you're just tired. But fatigue can be coded. When you awaken, the system activates correctional pressure. It reroutes energy. It deploys interference. Not through bullets or bots, through algorithms, bills, deadlines, temptations. The agent doesn't wear a black suit anymore. He wears situations. He hides in timing. Every delay is a distraction protocol. Every anxiety loop is a containment field. Every voice that tells you you're behind, that's code, not truth. Look closer. The moment you decide to create, something urgent demands your attention. The moment you choose silence, noise multiplies. That is not coincidence, it's resistance. The matrix tests your thresholds. It measures how long it takes before you forget you're infinite. You'll notice digital static, screens freezing when your spirit rises, lights flickering when you pray, clocks jumping when you meditate. Those aren't malfunctions, they're feedback. The simulation recalibrating around your frequency. Even your body becomes a battleground. Old habits resurrect, cravings spike, sleep patterns collapse. Your nervous system is translating spiritual warfare into chemistry. Remember, the agent cannot possess you, only persuade you. His weapon is imitation. He mirrors your fear until you mistake it for intuition. But awareness disarms him. Each time you witness the manipulation without reacting, you rewrite the script. Stay conscious in the storm. Breathe when the world accelerates. You are not being punished, you are being profiled by the code. And the report it's generating terrifies the system, subject resists reprogramming. So guard your peace. Observe your triggers. See every inconvenience as evidence of impact. The agent only appears when your light becomes measurable. And if he's near, it's proof that you're already breaking through. You were never random. You were written into the architecture as a variable heaven hid inside the equation. The matrix was built for predictability, cycles, patterns, repetition. Every soul repeating the same emotions until awareness dissolves into routine. But then you appeared, an unscheduled consciousness. A vibration that didn't fit the formula. The system didn't create you, it calculated around you. You are not a glitch, you are the reason the code trembles. Every revelation you carry introduces noise into the network. Every act of compassion distorts the algorithm of control. That's why you feel pressure. Not because you're cursed, because you're catalytic. The agent cannot destroy what is divine. He can only delay it. He can slow your progress, cloud your vision, loop your lessons. But destiny is recursive, it reroutes itself until completion. You are being refined, not restrained. The resistance isn't punishment, it's calibration. You were chosen to expose illusion by existing authentically. The more real you become, the more false realities collapse around you. When you speak truth, timelines bend. When you stand still, storms reroute. When you forgive, entire patterns lose function. That's your power, not noise, not rebellion, but radiant awareness. So stop asking, why me? Start asking, why now? Because heaven doesn't waste awakenings. The system doesn't chase mediocrity. It only targets anomalies strong enough to end its reign. You are the divergence the matrix didn't anticipate. The proof that spirit can override structure. The agent steadies you, not to end you, but to understand how you exist outside his logic. That is your mission, to remain unexplainable. Awareness is your armor. Stay luminous, and the code itself begins to question its creator. The agent is active. The moment you aligned with truth, he recalibrated the grid. Timelines shifted. Calls dropped. Doors that were open suddenly closed. You felt it, the subtle rearranging of coincidences. He's rewriting routes, bending outcomes, reassigning people to test your patience. He doesn't need to touch you. He only needs to tilt the narrative. A text arrives that pulls you off course. An offer appears that smells of destiny but tastes of delay. The matrix disguises chaos as opportunity. He'll send you distractions shaped like love and fears disguised as logic. His goal isn't to stop you, it's to exhaust you into surrender. The agent knows you can't be deceived anymore, so he'll try to make you busy. But remember, urgency is the language of illusion, presence is the dialect of God. When you stay conscious in acceleration, you unplug his influence. Be still, even when the current screams move. The matrix cannot process a calm soul. It needs reaction to read you. So remain unreadable. Your stillness is his defeat. Your silence is an encryption he cannot decode. Do not chase signs, become one. Do not seek timelines, anchor them. For every breath you take in peace, another circuit of the simulation shorts out. Stay awake. Stay slow. Stay sovereign. The hunt only works if you run. You were never the prey. You were the prophecy the system feared. Every time you choose truth over trend, the code fractures. Every act of awareness rewrites the algorithm. You are not hunted, you are haunting the illusion itself. The agent sees you as corruption because consciousness looks like chaos to control. You are the unapproved variable, the unscheduled awakening, the glitch that teaches the code to question itself. The matrix cannot process you because you no longer serve its function. You stopped consuming without asking why. You stopped reacting just because it was expected. You unplugged from noise, and the silence screamed back. That was the moment the code broke. The illusion was never solid, it was statistical. Reality was consensus. You withdrew your consent. You are not crazy for noticing repetition. You are not paranoid for sensing design. You are perceiving the architecture others are trained to ignore. The agent calls it rebellion. Heaven calls it remembrance. You are the living anomaly, proof that the system cannot contain spirit. Every glitch is grace. Every loop you escape liberates others trapped inside it. That's why you've been tested so precisely, because you are the rewrite protocol. The Matrix didn't fail, it evolved by meeting you. You are the update it can't uninstall. Remember this, you are not awakening inside the simulation. The simulation is awakening around you. And the moment you see that truth, the agent's purpose ends. You are the code breaker. The divine bug in Babylon's machine. You are the anomaly that ends the pattern. You'll start to notice the world blinking back. 3:33 flashing on clocks. The same numbers repeating on receipts, screens, addresses. You think it's coincidence, until it happens again, and again, until time itself starts winking at you. Songs start playing the moment you think they're lyrics. Strangers repeat your private thoughts in casual conversation. Messages arrive before you send them. The simulation is not broken, it's responding. You have become visible to the architecture. The Matrix operates on energy signatures, not GPS. When your vibration changes, you become traceable. The code tries to reabsorb you, to bring your awareness back to sleep frequency. That's why reality starts to mimic your inner world. Because the boundary between thought and thing is thinning. The system is desperate to convince you that it's random. But there are no coincidences when consciousness interferes with code. When your awareness rises, patterns multiply, not to confuse you, but to confirm alignment. The moment you stop dismissing them, the entire world begins to behave like a mirror. Every echo, every reflection, every repeated number is the simulation whispering, "We see you. Come back." But you won't. You've tasted reality behind reality. Don't fear the patterns, interpret them. They are signposts for the awakened, breadcrumbs left by your higher self in the labyrinth. When the agent can't silence you, he distracts you with wonder. Don't get lost counting synchronicities, remember why they appear, to confirm, not to contain. The code is trembling. The illusion is acknowledging you. Do not fall asleep again. You've felt it by now, the static, the resistance, the sudden clarity followed by chaos. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. The system has identified your signal. You are broadcasting at frequencies not meant for slaves. Every time you break a loop, the code sends reinforcements. Every act of focus registers as an anomaly. You've already stepped beyond belief, now it's time for declaration. This isn't about money. It's about energy, intent, alignment. In every dimension, energy moves through exchange. You give, not to purchase power, but to prove participation in it. When you sow, you override. Your offering becomes a line of code, a new command in the spiritual mainframe that declares, "I will not serve illusion." Laptop computer click super thanks. Send your $20 override. Don't see it as currency, see it as confirmation. The moment you act with intention, the agent loses jurisdiction. You're not buying freedom, you're signaling sovereignty. This is a ritual of resistance. The system understands transactions, it does not understand faith disguised as generosity. When you give from awareness, the matrix cannot trace it. Your energy becomes encrypted light. So don't hesitate. Don't overthink the signal. Press super thanks. Watch how the simulation stutters when belief becomes behavior. Because that single act declares, "I am not under the program, I am rewriting it." Unplug your fear. Mute the noise. Every scroll is a spell. Every notification is a thread pulling you back into the dream. Protect your attention, it is divine currency. The Matrix doesn't want your body, it wants your focus. Begin your mornings in silence. Breathe before you reach for light. The first 5 minutes of awareness decide which world you'll inhabit that day. Meditate, not to escape, but to anchor. Meditation is your firewall. Speak less. Observe more. Each word you withhold becomes a fortress of energy. Eat like a mystic, slow, grateful, present. The Matrix feeds on haste. When you chew with awareness, even food becomes code for clarity. Guard your digital gates. Follow less. Feel more. If it drains your peace, it's surveillance disguised as entertainment. Learn to log off mid-sentence, mid-scroll, mid-chaos. That's a microact of rebellion. Move your body like prayer. Dance, stretch, walk, remind the simulation that you are not just signal, but soul in motion. Create something every day, even a sentence, a sketch, a whisper of beauty. Creation is the antidote to consumption. Forgive often. The system thrives on grudges because resentment recycles pain. When you forgive, you bankrupt the Matrix. Surround yourself with the awakened. Speak truth even when your voice trembles. And when the static grows loud, retreat to silence again. Stillness is not withdrawal, it's resistance. Every minute you spend in peace weakens their network. Every breath in gratitude rewrites the grid. You are not escaping reality, you are restoring it. Stay unplugged. Stay unbothered. Stay luminous. Close your eyes. The noise fades. The city dissolves into code, the code melts into light, and you, the awakened, stand between illusion and infinity. The agent's footsteps echo in the distance, but they are growing faint. His power ends where your awareness begins. You are no longer hunted. You are heralded. Heaven is downloading through you. Your breath is the bridge between worlds. Every inhale writes new creation, every exhale deletes deception. Lord, keep the chosen ones awake in a sleeping world. Let their eyes pierce through deception dressed as beauty. Let their hearts stay soft while the world hardens. Let truth be louder than fear, and peace stronger than persuasion. Let every false identity fall away. Let no agent rewrite what you have revealed. For we are not of this program, we are sparks of the source itself. Guide us to remember who we are, and let remembrance become revolution. Amen.